Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel. And if you're listening in the podcast, thank you so much for being here. I gotta say this warning, and I know probably by now by the title, you already know what I'm gonna speak about. It could be very gruesome, very graphic, but stories like this we have to speak about. And it's sad, and this is also not only to tell you what happened, but to also create some type of awareness. Okay, so if you have, you know, issues with things like that, you have a stomach that can get, upset very quickly, maybe this is not the video or the podcast that you should be listening to. But I gotta say, something happened. I believe this happened a couple days ago, and it's very horrific. It's very sad. A mom from Missouri, a Kansas City mother, accidentally killed her newborn baby, guys, by putting the baby down for a nap in the inside the oven by mistake. This is so crazy. Things like this is almost like you see in movies, but to see that this actually happened. So there are a couple things here. A lot of people in the chat rooms, they're talking about how this was no mistake. I think I also saw on Twitter, on TikTok, excuse me, how people were talking about this story, and they're saying, she did that on purpose, all of that. I think we can all draw our own conclusions, but it's crazy that in the year 2024, we have a mom that got confused and put the newborn for a nap inside an oven instead of in her crib or in her bed, right? This is crazy. And she has been officially charged. I'm trying to get you more details. Just bear with me one moment. Let me read to you guys, everyone, this article. A Kansas City mother has been charged for allegedly placing her 1 month old baby in an oven, according to the police. On Friday, so this past Friday, so the 9th, today is just February 11, 2024. So on February 9, it says here, the police investigated the death of an infant at her home in Kansas City. On Saturday, the police charged the mother for allegedly killing the baby by putting her 1 month old child in an oven. The mother, who's been identified by the police as Mariah Thomas, is facing a Class A felony of endangering the welfare of a child in the first degree and also the death of a child, right? So it says here, charging documents claim that the police initially arrived on the scene on Friday. They noticed the baby was badly burned, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I can, even reading this is can be shocking. The police arrived and the baby was really burned. Prosecutors say they were told that the mother was putting her child down for a nap and accidentally placed the child in the oven instead of the crib. It says here, we appreciate all the first responders who worked on the scene and the prosecutors who went to the scene in order to issue these charges. We acknowledge the gruesome nature of this tragedy and our hearts are weighed by the loss of the precious life. This is the police department over there in Kansas said in a statement. This is so shocking. Like, how can this happen? I understand that everybody's so distracted. This is why, you know, you go to places and people don't pay attention to you anymore. It's so hard to even find somebody who works in the customer service industry who actually pays attention to you. Everybody has those things on the AirPods, the headphones thing, and you think they're talking to you, they're actually talking to somebody on the phone. Like, we are in a constant communication type of society that probably has never been seen before. Nobody, like, everybody's on their phone, everybody's so distracted, and you're like, are you talking to me? Did you ask? Like, you're ordering stuff on the drive-thru and you don't even know if they're actually talking to you, and they go like this, like I'm talking on my phone on my AirPods or something. It's like, okay, um, I understand also that postpartum depression is a very real thing. Early last year, I think it was, came here and spoke to you guys about a GYN doctor who actually did it. Another, um, she committed also a crime with her newborn. And for this to happen now, like a mom, how did you confuse your a crib with the oven? Like, that's so crazy. I think that they don't want to give enough details because the story is very gruesome as it is, right? So imagine learning, like, it was the obviously the oven was on. I cannot even, like, I don't want to talk about it like in too much detail because it's very gruesome, right? I think that a newborn also, they cry when their their diaper is wet, when they're hungry, when they're cold, when they're hot. Like the baby would have woken up, I think. Like, how did she miss that? How is that? That's why I believe some people are saying that she did that on purpose, because babies, when they're that young like that, they cry out of anything. They cry out of anything, and how can you not hear the cries? And like I said, the devil, postpartum is a real thing. The devil is at work, and when you have a mom with a newborn, they don't say anything here about the father, but it's so crazy to even imagine. Like, we all make mistakes. We're all humans, right? But like, you would think, when a baby is born, it's so precious. Everybody's so careful. Everybody's like making sure the baby is good. Checking all the time. But if they hear the baby maybe breathing differently, shaking out. I don't know if this was her firstborn, but like, that's like the most precious thing in a home when the child is born. This baby was just 1 month old. And for a mom to confuse the crib with an oven, that's crazy, guys. That's just the works of the enemy. We don't even have to research more. That's why I'm not giving you more specific details. Besides, also, I think the police is not releasing that much because it's very gruesome. I just feel like that's just the works of the enemy. And we have to pray for moms, right? We have to pray for moms who are, especially um, brand new moms, I guess you can say, that just had their babies. They're getting adjusted to being a mom. I know that's a very hard thing, also. I'm not a mom, I don't have any children, but I'm saying, like, from the stories that I learned, things that I learned coming here and telling you guys about, that tells you that this is a real life struggle for a lot of moms. So much is expected. Not only their bodies are changing, they're getting used to having another person that, another a baby. Like, for me, my mom has been a babysitter for a long time, and every time there was like a new baby, like, she will have like a 2 month old. I'm like, okay, mom, check on the baby, do this. I will be so nervous, and a lot of the times I don't like even carrying it so young because I'm so nervous about it. They need like a special care, right? Because they're so fragile, they're so new, and newborns, right? So we have to pray a lot for moms. And I feel like, being a Christian and going to church and all of that, that's something that sometimes we miss. So much is expected, right? From when people have a baby, when moms have a baby, brand new baby, they're expected to be a great 100% super moms, be on top of things, be a 100% superwoman with the being a wife, being a housewife, all of that. Also, so much shame can be put into their bodies, and their bodies changes. They just had a baby, and it changes, the hormone changes and all of that. But we're so quick to judge and say comments and things like that. And is so much, and we have to be more compassionate to brand new moms. Okay, um, this is a case, I believe, of a mom who was definitely dealing with something, because it's not normal. Okay, it's not a normal behavior for a brand new mom to confuse an oven with a crib. Like I said, when you have a newborn in the home, it's like the most precious thing in the house. Everybody caters, you know. It's something that we all experience, not with our own kids. Like I said, I don't have any children, but in family, cousins, aunts and uncles. But every time, we go see a brand new baby at a hospital, we're so careful. We wash our hands. We have to be careful. If the baby's sleeping, everybody has to be quiet. It's a precious thing. So I can't. It's hard to believe that this mom was not dealing with something else. She obviously was dealing with something, and we have to be more compassionate, with brand new moms, and be more understanding. So much is expected to them, and you have to know that just as they had the baby and everybody loves the baby, all of that, they're also getting adjusted to their brand new life. Um, being a mom is no easy thing. I saw my mom just being a single mom with me and my sister struggling and dealing with a job, and having to pay somebody to watch us when we came from school, all of that, taking her to school early, all of that stuff. So that's something to think about. Just pray for this family, everybody who's affected by this story. I'm trying to see if I have the name of the mom here. I might have said already. Um, it says here something briefly. The baby grandparents told detectives that they left the home they shared with their daughter earlier that morning. The grandfather returned home after his wife called and told him something was wrong with the baby. He told the detective he could smell smoke inside, and found the baby there in the crib. The baby's mother told the grandfather that she accidentally put the baby in the oven. Wow. So I'm sure it was also hard for her. I think I know social, like psychologists, nothing like that, but sometimes, when they have a condition, a mental illness or something like that. In this case, this has not been said yet, but because of the action, it looks to me that there was something going on there. But it must have been very hard for her to actually take the baby out and put her back on the crib, and going through all of that. Let's not even picture it. That's a hard thing to have experienced. So let's keep her in prayers. And at this point, she's already been charged and arrested. I just feel like when you, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a brand new, it's a mom with a newborn for 1 month. So whatever she did, you can rest assured, if this was on purpose, that was the enemy right behind that. So we have to also pray for the mom here. Pray for the grandparents, the family, the dad, everybody who's affected by this. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming back to my channel and listening in the podcast. And let me know what you guys think about this. Have a good day. God bless.